What you missed in Disney Cruise news. In the past month, there have been quite a few Disney Cruise announcements. Everything from the Magic Dry Dock, new refurbishes on their lounges, a new family Encanto experience. It's a whole thing. It sounds quite fun, actually. This summer's special Silver at Sea. And of course, guest reactions. First of all, the Disney Magic had Dry Dock. The Dry Dock is basically the term for refurbishments. Update things, make sure everything's running well, maybe create some new spaces, which is what they did this year. Disney Magic is the first ship in Disney Cruise Line's fleet. It is 25 years old. The dry dock was 21 days. One of the really fun things from that refurbishment is the Soul Cat Lounge. The heartfelt story of Soul was the inspiration for this brand new Soul Cat Lounge. Joe is a middle school band teacher, and his true passion in life is jazz. It hasn't gone quite the way he wanted to, and then he of course discovers what it means to have soul. The jazz theming is really big in this movie, and the Soul Cat Lounge totally hits that note. Soul Cat Lounge is designed to look like his favorite music spot from the film, the Half Note Lounge. The lounge is located on Deck 3 near Rapunzel's Royal Table restaurant. If you have been on the Disney Wonder and seen the new French Quarter Lounge, very similar setup as far as the spaces go. If you have not been on the Wonder or the Magic yet, you will walk into the ship in the atrium on Deck 3. You'll walk to the other side of the ship, turn to the left, and that's where you'll see that whole big lounge section. It's kind of broken into two halves with a bar, and then the stage and the dance floor is in the middle. This is also a great place where you can do some dancing along with live music. I imagine the music in there will be quite fun, definitely some good dancing music. They say, quote, the Soul Cat Lounge will instantly transport guests to a classic New York jazz club, pointed with decorative details like brick walls, wood accents, and plenty of rich leather seating around a stage set for live music. It is also adorned with custom artwork from the Pixar film, with some of those theming elements being things like record players, instruments, and of course his hat. Adults can enhance their big city experience with tableside Manhattans and martinis, or choose from a selection of native brews and cocktails made with New York spirits. They also have a fun collection of mocktails, specialty coffees, and sodas, in addition to their new drink options. You can also have a little bite of Italy here with an order of zappolis, the classic Italian pastry similar to a fried donut. During the dry dock on the Disney Magic, they also created an Encanto celebration. As many of you may know, Encanto was a new release in 2021. It features the Madrigals family. The Madrigals are an extraordinary family who live hidden in the mountains of Colombia in a charmed place called the Encanto. The magic of the Encanto has blessed every child in the family with a unique gift, except Mirabelle. However, she soon may be the Madrigal's last hope when she discovers that the magic surrounding the Encanto is now in danger. This movie was a huge hit when it came out. Of course, it has the feature song, We Don't Talk About Bruno. This Encanto celebration is designed to engage families through music, crafts, and storytelling. They say, quote, the interactive experience gives guests an opportunity to meet and take photos with Mirabelle and the family member we don't talk about, Bruno, during their Disney Cruise Line debut. Families can also join a spirited sing-along of beloved Encanto songs and create butterfly and flower crafts inspired by the film. During the show, guests can explore a true taste of Southern America thanks to a selection of local Colombian beers, cocktails, and sodas, along with film-inspired mocktails. This is a family celebration. It will typically be located in the D Lounge. The D Lounge is really fun for families. They have a lot of game shows, trivia shows, all kinds of stuff in there. I really like the game shows. They're fun to watch, fun to be a part of. Have you noticed that a Disney cruise just seems to be fun? Definitely check that out when you're on board. The last update they had for the Disney Magic this past month was the redesigned concierge retreats that are now providing an elevated experience. Concierge, of course, is the ultimate VIP comfort and service on board the Disney Cruise Line, and the Disney Magic Lounge was reimagined and expanded, they say, quote, to feature a sophisticated new theme and tropical color palette inspired by Walt Disney Animation Studios' Moana. Oh, I love that. They also added an additional outdoor covered seating area on Deck 10, and all concierge suites, including 1 and 2 bedroom accommodations, and the 2 signature royal suites have been completely refurbished. Fresh fixtures, furniture, elegant artwork, just further elevating the premium experience for concierge guests. I love this also. They added shore power technology. Disney Cruise Line is always in the look to minimize its impact on the environment. So now when these ships are in port, they can plug into the port's electrical grid, which reduces the ship's emissions. I think that's very cool. We did see some guest reactions in the first cruises back after this dry dock. People are really enjoying the Encanto celebration and the Soul Cat Lounge. There there were some issues with some air conditioning, just a few things that actually needed some more help once the ship got back into action. So there were a few complaints from that first cruise back. My understanding is they're starting to get all of that narrowed down so that everything is back up to working order. And of course, if you have any issues with air conditioning in your room or heat, let them know. They definitely want to take care of that. And they want you to have a wonderful experience. So if there is something, just let them know. And people did mention a little bit of like paint that wasn't perfect. It is a 25-year-old ship. They take great care of it, but again, it is 25 years old. That being said, the Disney Magic and Wonder are the oldest ships and the smallest ships in Disney Cruise Line's fleet, and they are very popular. If you love these aspects, Soul Cat Lounge, Encanto, Rapunzel, the Disney Magic will also have the Oceaneers Club for ages 3 through 12 that will have Andy's Room, Marvel Superhero Academy, Disney Junior, and Pixie Hollow, where you can stop and see Tinkerbell. They have a lot of characters that come by, a lot of fun games, so just because the Magic is a smaller ship does not mean you want to count it out. It's definitely a little different from the other ships, but it is still an amazing experience. They have great theming on this ship for it, and it is nice to be able to have a little bit less people on the ship. The Disney Magic is in Miami for the summer with cruises to the Bahamas and the Caribbean. This summer, they are having their 25th silver anniversary at sea that will be on the Magic until September 8th. And this fall, the Disney Magic will head west for its inaugural season, sailing out of San Diego. If you want to get on the Magic this fall to see their new renovations, they will be in Miami through the first week of October. October 5th through the 19th, the Magic will travel from Miami to San Diego along the Panama Canal. That one is definitely on my cruise list. And then after that, they will have their first time in San Diego beginning on October 20th. And while we're talking about silver at sea, let's go ahead and dive into that. I have heard that merchandise is hard to come by on these sailings. You have got to be in the store when it opens and probably be one of the first in line so that you can get these merchandise because they are completely selling out at the beginning of each cruise. I'm hoping that that means there's an allotment for each cruise, but I don't know. When you get on the ships, the shops will be closed. They are not allowed to be open in port, so they will open once they are far enough out at sea. So if you really want some silver at sea merchandise, make sure you find out what that time is or keep going around because you want to be in that line if you're trying to get that merch. Now, as soon as I say that, somebody's going to find something random on the last day of the cruise. That can happen, but like I said, if it's really important to you, just get there first. They do have this Bluetooth-enabled 25th anniversary boat. Apparently, this is only available at guest services. I'm not sure if that's for the entire summer, but if you can't find it, you might want to check there. And that's the biggest reaction I've seen is that merchandise is going fast. Their costumes are cute, the cocktail they have is really good, but the merch has been the big thing. One of the other things that we have seen that was kind of a big deal is the fireworks. They're supposed to have a special fireworks show for the 25th anniversary. They have not been happening nearly as much as you would think they would since they're supposed to be on every cruise. However, first of all, they reserve the right to not do it for many reasons. Predominantly though, I think it's been just a lot of bad weather that has seen that be canceled lately. And with the Disney Magic spending its summer in Miami, it did not take its transatlantic trip this year. Historically, the Disney Magic will travel to Europe via the transatlantic cruise. They have changed that, and this year it was the Dream. From my understanding, it will be the Dream moving on, and since the Dream and the Magic have different restaurants, there are a lot of new menus. That's really fun that they've got some new menus there. We're actually going to have a whole dining video coming up next, so we'll dive further into that then. I think it's great that the Dream is doing the transatlantic and the European season. It holds about 4,000 guests, where the Disney Magic held about 2,500 guests, so obviously that increases the capacity significantly. A lot of these European cruises have a lot of port days, so I would imagine it's probably pretty easy to have the Disney Dream practically to yourself during some of those port days. And finally, Disney Wonder has started their Alaska season. I really love to see Alaska through people's posts. If you're interested, I like to go onto Instagram and just search Alaska and the Disney Wonder and see all the photos from there and videos. It's truly stunning footage. They have the most amazing animal videos on Alaska cruises. That's everything in Disney Cruise News for May 2023. If you haven't seen it, we have Disney Cruise News 2023 from the beginning of the year with a lot of good updates, and our most recent video, Why Would Disney Do This? And if you want a big overall Disney Cruise video, we have everything you need to know for 2023. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing in the Disney fun. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Ring that little bell to let you know when we have any new videos, and we'll see you real soon with some more Disneys.